Hey Leo, Mariah here. It's such a pleasure, honor, and privilege to be reading for you as always. Hopefully you're good. Hopefully you're great. We're going to go ahead and get into your September reading to see what you need to know, what you need to be aware of, what's coming towards you, what you may need to look out for, all of those good things. So let's get started. So for my Leo spirit, what do they need to know for their month of September 2022? What is it that they need to know for September 2022? What is it that they need to know for September of 2022? So we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. I'm hearing that, oh my God, it's that old song, I believe it's by Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird. I think it's, I'm like a bird. It's like, I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is. I don't know where my home is. But baby, all I need you to know. And then it continues. That's exactly what I'm hearing in my head. So, thank you. We got the Knight of Fire. Speaking of flying away. King of Swords. What are you going to do? Excuse my language, but Five of Cups. Either you're going to shit or get off the pot. Excuse my language. Ace of Cups. What are you going to do? Either you're going to or get off the pot. You're either going to sink or you're going to swim. In the month of September, you're at a crossroads. Some decision needs to be made here, Leo. You got to take action. And it's like you didn't. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, which is a Knight of Water. And one last one for my Leos in the month of September. It's like you didn't get this far just to get this far. And you didn't get to this point just to be stuck at an impasse. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Magician on the bottom of the deck. You didn't come this far to come this far, and you didn't come this far to be stuck at an impasse. You didn't come this far, and now you're faced with a decision, whether you have placed yourself in a decision-making space or life has placed you there where you either have to do or die, sink or swim, or you have to figure out what the heck or what's your next move going to be. Are you going to take route A or route B? Are you going to take red pill or blue pill? Right? So what is it that you're going to do? Because again, based upon the efforts that you made, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, monetarily, physically, mentally, whatever it may have been, you've gotten this far for a reason, and you've put in so much work or effort, whether it's on yourself, whether it's on your mental state and being, whether it's in regards to your livelihood, whether it's in regards to the outcomes you're wanting to see, whether it's in regards to an endeavor that you're wanting to take on. In the month of September, you can't go further. You can't go further. September is the month where you have to say, okay, I can't be in a space of trying to figure out or trying to decide, or life may be having its way with me and I don't really know what to do. You have to pick a path. And I know it's easier said than done because there's so many different variables, right? And I don't know all the variables you're being faced with. And now I'm like tasting like honey. So I don't know if somebody's like tea with honey or just something about honey, but just tasting honey in the back of my throat. Weird. But I don't know all of your variables, right? So all of it for all of you will be completely different. But there's this concern here in the month of September of potentially making the wrong decision, right? And I don't think you're having those fears consciously. It more so feels like it's on a subconscious level where you don't recognize you may be moving out of fear, or you may be stuck based out of fear. It's like you're almost pinning the fact that you're in an impasse, or you have to make a decision on either not having enough information, not knowing how things are going to turn out, maybe because you're in a tight circumstance, so you're really not in a place to make a decision, but it's really on an unconscious level stemming from a fear-based root. What do you do? And this is where having that mental clarity is going to come in handy. So in the month of September, what are you going to do? And you may have been doing this, right? But what are you going to do to really set aside a moment in time to, if you will, make things as black and white as possible to where you can start to see almost like parting the Red Sea of, okay, I see things clearly. I know if I make this decision, I can't foresee how things will play out, but I know based upon what I have analyzed and what I have seen and what I know that I want and what I know that I'm looking for, the outcomes that I'm looking for, the yielding results that I'm looking for, what I'm wanting for myself, whether this is on a personal level, on a personal journey level, or whether this is in regards to a circumstance in life, I can clearly see that no matter what, the consequences, good or for bad, this pathway to my left or to my right is going to serve me best. And if it comes with consequences, then guess what? I have to take those. But I do know that the rewards of taking this path would be worth certain consequences if those consequences were to come with it. Which way you're going to go though? Because you've worked so hard to get to where you're at. You've invested a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of effort. And I'm looking square at a new beginning. Not only something that's going to emotionally stimulate you or make you feel more emotionally balanced, more emotionally content. You may feel just a bit more stable, if at the bare minimum, a bit more stable emotionally. And on top of that, you will feel more motivated, more determined. It's like once you take that step and you start walking in that step, it's like a snowball effect. You start to feel more you gravitate more towards that path that you're going, and it's like it's fueling you more with each step that you take, and you're getting more motivation. You're starting to see the sky's a bit clearer, like, you know what, I'm glad I made this decision, or I don't know if this is going to be the right decision, but this is the decision that I have to make, and I know out of the options that I have, this is going to be the one that I feel is best. So let me take this path. And when you do take that path, Leo, in the month of September, because it is telling you, like, this is the month, September, you got to go left or right. You got to go left or right. Because if you don't go left or right, if you don't make a decision here, all this is doing is going to not only further keep you in a lack of balance, imbalance, having a lack of balance, I should say. Not only are you going to feel emotionally discontent or emotionally dissatisfied, but also on top of that too, you have a potential to lose out on whatever this is. So say, for example, you're at a crossroads, right? Say if your livelihood is in question and, there may be an opportunity for work or for a housing situation or for finances. And it's like you're kind of in a tough spot in life. So you know that you may have to make certain sacrifices, or you may have to move or shift things around to make this happen or to go towards that path. But because of certain sacrifices or things that you may have to move around, you're not sure if it's going to be worth it in the end, or if it'll really play out in your favor, or what will come once you do make that decision, because a domino effect, right? Once I pick that route, then what else comes along with it? But if you don't pick a route, you're going to lose even just the opportunity to have some form of advancement or forward propelling movement or forward achievement or forward momentum in the direction that's at least going to get you to a better stasis emotionally, mentally, psychologically. And not only that, especially if this has to do with any type of finances or career, financially. So what are you going to do here? Let me get some more cards here. Spirit, can you tell me anything else in regards to my Leos with the situation? The High Priestess. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Get out of the head and get into your intuition. And that's the thing, I don't think a lot of people give you enough credit, Leo. You guys are very intuitive, right? And I know the intuitive signs tend to be more related to water signs, but Leos, you guys are intuitive and you feel with your heart. You lead with your heart. You lead with your heart. But sometimes when we lead with our heart, our mind can get in the way too, right? And then that's when we have that head and heart battle. This is telling you to step aside from that and go straight into the intuitive space. If you clear out your mind and the first thing that comes to your mind, left or right, what do you feel? Take that movement forward. Because again, in this month of September, if you don't pick a decision, you can potentially put yourself in a that's not even a word. You can potentially put yourself in a worse position by not making a decision this month, by not taking that step forward, by not picking that route. Versus if you do pick a route and say the route that you do pick, it may have consequences, but it's still going to put you on the path to where you're needing to be. If you don't make a decision, you can put yourself potentially in a worse scenario. So really, really listen to your intuition. Try not to overthink it. Try not to overanalyze it. Please don't go into a stasis of analysis paralysis. And once you do make that decision, because you've gotten this far and you didn't come this far to get this far, what the Ace of Cups here it really will pay off for you, Leo. So I'm going to leave this here. Just a little brief look into your September. Of course, I'm going to do more September readings throughout the month. So hopefully you guys are safe. Take care. Be well. I love you. And go for it. Bye.